But it's bloody cool. It's probably air conditioning because it must get.
Help.
I've got nipples. You've got nipples. I don't ever want to rub both of our
Good
nipples.
sound. Sweet. All right, man. So I'm going to start with your little promo video, and then you'll have a video. This VT, this will disappear as and when. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you really need to look at the Facebook stream when I make this VT disappear, because you don't want it on all the time. Just looks a bit shit. The Facebook stream hardly has any delay on it, like 2 to 5 seconds. So watch that with headphones to hide the feedback, and we're good. All right.
Oh, Craig. Craig, we can hear your voice coming through the VT on Facebook.
Yeah, I know. I'm just about to kill it. All right. Bye.
There's 3 people watching.
Up to 6, baby.
Yeah, I know.
5 people are watching the production. It's awesome. It's like behind the scenes of what's going on.
Love it.
Finish this email. There's 3 people watching. They can hear all of this. What's going on? We're actually live.
Trying to log into.
Hi, Gav. Hi, Chris. Thanks for watching. We're going to be going live 5 o'clock. the weight ratio as a Ferrari 488.
Where's mine?
Is Chiro Champion signing off. You've been tuned in to
Garage, Sedgwicksworth Motor Company, Worldwide, UK Limited, International.
Nice. How's your day been, mate?
It's been very, very stressful. I've got a man outside doing some remaps on a couple of cars for me. But very quiet actually at the car sales. Sold a couple on the weekend, a couple this morning. But you know, it's picking up. But I feel very knackered all the time at the moment.
You don't look good. You look fresh.
Oh man, I've got the screen on brilliance. I've got it on ultra bright on my face.
Well, I got up. I was supposed to get up at 5:30, pick up Scoot at 6:30.
Yep.
Woke up at 4:30 and been out all day. And I just feel energized. I don't know why. There's so much going on. We reviewed a Toyota Yaris GR this morning.
Oh my god, they are so cool, right? Do you feel the money? 4-wheel drive, is that not cool or what?
So the Yaris only has the headlights, rear lights, the tail fin, and part of the back chassis of the Yaris. Everything else is totally new, like aluminium, carbon fiber, plastic. That just like it's about 6 inches wider than a normal Yaris.
So cool. What I'll do is I'll upload you a walk around video of my buddy's one who owns the car sales a metre away from me, and it's so cool. It's on full rally graphics, everything. It's so cool.
So I didn't expect the owner. He said to come up and have a look around the car and stuff. Gave us the keys. The guy is so cool. Lives in a church. He calls it the Church of Arbath because he's owned about 7 or 8 Arbaths. He's still got 3 Arbaths as well as a race Arbath. But then he's gone and bought this Yaris GR as well. So his heart's firmly Arbath. And then he's got this Yaris GR. And then he lives in a bloody church. And he's go upstairs to the church hall with the altar and the pews, and it's full of car parts.
Oh my god, that sounds like a man dream.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to watch the vlog. I'm not gonna tell you anything else now.
I'll watch him every day, man. And the rest of you subscribers out there, you know, it's really important that you get over to Petrolheadonism, Petrolheadonism, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. And you know, these videos, they're not just boring, run-of-the-mill videos. This stuff is so interesting, even for car people like me that know quite a lot about cars and that kind of stuff. The stuff Chiro does is so eye-opening and so refreshing to watch something completely new, man. So I'm loving the content, man. It's so much content.
I think it's a new channel. I don't know what's going on with YouTube algorithms and stuff like that. We're posting 2 videos plus this live every week, and we're kind of mixing out between doing a car kind of review or a vlog on the Wednesday, and then kind of Thursday now. We're moving that to a Thursday, so we're dropping a video tomorrow night, Thursday. And then on a Sunday, it's where we've gone and seen a car collection, or just like there's the JHW Classics collection coming out this Sunday at 7 o'clock. And there's the Mura, the XJ220, and it's a good solid 15-minute vlog with my mate Paul at Speed Broker looking around the cars. Oh, you know Paul as well.
Hi, Paul.
Yeah, so Paul invited us up there to have a look at it. And then the other exciting thing, I know we've got Jamie watching at the moment over in Northants, and with next Wednesday morning when I come down to Southampton for our live office monthly chat show, I'm going in the morning to put the GT4 Wannabe on the dyno at Regal Autosports.
I love that. And we got a little bit of surprise next week for the world, haven't we?
We hope to, yeah.
We're not going to go into too much detail right now, but we could get arrested.
Oh, you were talking about that. I thought you mentioned our guest. Sorry. Yeah, we'll tell the people what the guest is next at the end.
We've got some amazing guests. And Mark Murphy was contacted saying, what is the time in the UK? It's 12 in the afternoon here. So, yeah, we're 5 hours in front at the moment here. Right, so guys, my guests tonight are Patrick Wilson and Brian Daigle from the Radical Rob Build-Up, which I helped start and came up with in 2015. And I believe they're going to be on at about 10 to 6. I could be wrong because my timings are all over the place today. And let's just talk about Zach's garage. Right at me.
Yeah, so we're going to be bringing Zach on in a moment. He's at the garage at the moment as well, so he's going to show us around some of the cars. I've been there, I've seen it, I've vlogged it. We might look at part of my video in a bit as well. But Sam, if you haven't met Zach, this is an opportunity for you to ask him questions about some of the cars. But it's such an eclectic mix of cars. And having spoken to him about half an hour ago, he might take us to see things I haven't seen before. So he might take us into the workshop. It all depends on, like, obviously if the engineer's in there or not. But we'll go for a walkabout around Zach's garage, have a look about. But just fire some questions. The family are so down to earth and humble, and he's just such a lovely, lovely guy. And he's a young guy as well, but he's got such an understanding. Every car's got a story, and we could be there for 24 hours just listening to each story. But just today, you're just going to get a snippet.
I think we both discussed a little while ago about what we want to start doing at car shows. And, you know, the casting couch, i.e. the porno-style casting couch, I think, you know, people want to hear these stories, you know, and I think when we start getting at car shows, when we start interviewing people together and really getting these stories out there, I think we're going to blow the doors off. You know, we're not copying anyone here. We're going to car shows and we're getting the run of the mill and celebrities' view on the car world. You know, I think that's a really important thing. A couple of things I just want to say, Chiro, is I have a couple of people picking up a couple of cars very shortly. I've got a man out there doing some remaps and a man picking up this lovely Berlingo. And
you sold a Berlingo?
Oh, everyone loves a Berlingo. But at some point, I will have to run away, and it's not me trying to be rude in any way, shape, or form, but I need to.
You're really going to hit the next level of your game when you sell a Renault Kadjar.
Oh my God, life is changing. But did you see my Citroen Saxo VTR?
No, you told me about it. You said, would I take the C63 or the VTR? And it's got to be C63 all day, every day.
100%. But my dream car when I was 16 years old was a VTR. But I never had the money to try and get the 3 years insurance that Citroen were giving out. And
I never had that dream either.
Oh, mate. Very pathetic, isn't it? You know, I bought this little Saxo, and honestly, mate, it is so cool. It's not been played with. No one's changed the wheels. No one's changed the stereo. The seats aren't worn out. It's immaculate. It smells of.
You wanted a real Saxo VTR, and if you look back 20 years ago, I don't know, 30 years ago now, I wanted a Fiat Uno Turbo wannabe. I literally bought an Uno 45S, put some alloys on it, got a turbo kit on it, and some stickers. How embarrassing was that?
I love that. And I had a Citroen Saxo 1.1 SX. So I had electric windows, but the 1.1 SX had 3 stud wheels. So, you know, it was like trying to sort of make it look like a big car, but it was struggling. What time are we having Zach on it? You know?
Zach should be ready to come in. It's 5:10. Let's bring Zach into the room. Hopefully he's holding in the green room here on this amazing technological advancement of technology. Let's have a look. Get Zach in the room, Mr. Producer. So for anybody watching, if you want to throw up any questions on YouTube or my Facebook, I'm reading the comments on different devices as we go. Sam's doing the same as well. We'll try and make it as interactive as we can. There's the man.
Hello. How's it going?
Awesome, man. Zach meets Sam. Sam meets Zach. Do you know of each other?
I do not know of it, apart from I want his beard in my life.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Buddy. How you doing?
How's it going? How's it going?
Lovely.
Wicked. Have you had a busy day?
Oh, like you wouldn't believe. Like you wouldn't believe. But all done now, so time for a little chit-chat, I suppose.
Yeah. How's things down at the garage. Have you bought anything since I last saw you?
No. Nearly, but not quite there yet. So close. Maybe. Check on us next week.
Okay. Don't give anything away because obviously we don't need to know yet. Obviously, the Countach has come back to the collection after a light restoration.
Yeah, let's go have a look. Hang on.
I'm excited about the sign. Sorry, we haven't even seen car yet. I'm looking at Kendall Motor. Oh my God.
So we've got a lot of signs and globes and things like that, but this has just come back from paint, and so it's pretty much ready now. Just a few more interior tweaks, but I can show you.
Oh my God.
That's one of the things I've been doing over the last few days is just cleaning the engine bay up, making it look all nice and smart.
Wow.
And you can see the paint is pretty much 100% clear. It's still got a few touch-up bits to do. But yes, I know this is one of the Turo's favourites. And
it's one of my favourites because this was the first Countach, as I told you, Zach, to ever come to the Sharnbrook Hotel. Can I say what number plate used to be on it or not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, so the number plate used to be Hot Sex, Hot 53X.
Love that. That car just looks, but the epiphany of Lamborghini, you understand that back in the 70s and 80s, Lamborghini was the most desired car in the world,
Absolutely. Well, that started it all. Oh. Well, no, actually, that brought supercar, that brought Lamborghini on as a supercar brand, but actually that Lamborghini over there started Lamborghini as a proper brand in terms of making some serious stuff.
So this is the 400 GT, isn't it? Which
this is
came after the 350 GT. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the one. So the 350 Start was the first Lambo car, and the 400 was the second. But this is one of only 4 in the world that's right-hand drive from factory.
Wow. I've been there. I've seen this collection up close and personal, and you can spend hours upon hours. Now, in terms of, look, we keep skidding past the Koenigsegg Regera, which is like a jewel in your crown at the moment.
A little bit, yeah.
We'll come back to that one, Zach.
Yeah.
We're carrying a conversation about Lambos for the time being.
Yeah.
So you've got the Countach, the Miura, the 400 GT. There's kind of like a timeline happening there.
There is.
Have you got a Diablo?
No, I mean, we bought these cars when they were seen as just another Lambo. I know that sounds strange, but the Countach was seen as just a terrible classic Lamborghini to drive. It looks ridiculous. Now it's known as an incredibly iconic, very, very special car. So it's sort of a bit like the Miura. I mean, we have a newspaper article from when we bought that car, and the newspaper article read record price paid for Lamborghini Miura at £270,000.
Wow.
Well, that sort of thing nowadays is not too bad, No, I'd like to have another Miura for 200 grand. But
I think we'd all be queuing up for a Miura at £270,000 now.
Yes, absolutely.
I'd actually sell one of the kids, I think. One of the things about the Miura is the eyelashes around the headlights. And the P400S, the Miura S, had the eyelashes, but the SV didn't have the eyelashes.
The SV did not.
Sorry?
No, I was saying yes. No. I was just agreeing with you, saying the SV was the only car that didn't.
Eyelashes are such a wonderful feature of this car.
Yeah,
beautiful, isn't it?
And it's reminiscent of what Horatio has done with the eyelashes and the wing mirrors on the Huayra, where it's just formed around the beautiful woman's eyes and form. And that Miura just, unbelievable.
It's very special. I mean, I can tell you a funny story in terms of when we first got this. When we first bought this car, we used to drive this probably 2 or 3 times a week. We took it everywhere. We drove this all the time because we didn't have as many cars. And we got delivered to us with a full tank of fuel. And when it came time to fill it up, we got to a petrol station and we spent probably 45 minutes trying to work out how to fill the car up. Right?
I like this.
Now, to most people's eyes, you'd expect it to be over there, or maybe you'd left the rear clamp up, but it's not. The only way you can fit it, you can lift the front up, but that lifts up.
Oh my God! That is.
You'd never see that, would you? I mean, that's not. Do you see what I mean? It's so cleverly designed that you'd never notice it.
So we've got a question coming in from my Facebook. Is that the one that takes off at a certain speed?
Yes.
Because if the petrol, if the tanks are on the emptier side, it's quite kind of really light at the front end, isn't it?
Absolutely, and I've experienced that firsthand doing a runway run in this car, to the point where it was probably doing about 100 and touching 160, and when I pressed on the brakes, I heard a squealing noise, and I believe it was the front wheels touching the ground.
Wow.
So there was a point in which it was just jumping off the ground a little bit. So.
Phenomenal.
You do have a slight issue here, and I mean that car is blowing my mind. But you keep like buzzing past like it's nothing. An aluminium 427 bodied, it's like a 60s Shelby. Oh God! Like, oh my God! Like that to me is a go-kart with the muscle power of flipping. Oh.
Well, so this is quite a special one. So this car is a 427 SC Cobra on a CSX chassis, which is a CSX Cobra, and it's an original bodied car, all matching numbers. Apart from the fact that when Shelby decided that he wanted to take, I think, 4 Cobras. So it was 2 alley-bodied cars, 2 fiberglass cars, and turn them into the bestest car possible for if he built the Cobra in 2015. So this car actually features things like a 5-speed box, uprated differential, bit of a suspension tweak, but it's classed by Ford and Shelby as a fully original Shelby Cobra.
And that is unbelievable, isn't it? I was really lucky a couple of years ago. My friend Michael Lightbourne, we got to go over and I got to have a look around Shelby Museum in Las Vegas, and we got to do the radio show with, is it Rick Titus, whose dad used to race those?
Yes, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It was amazing, and just the story behind the car, and guys, go away and do your research, because this car is the start of a lot of the things that you see on a modern day car, and
absolutely,
truly remarkable.
It's very noisy as well, which is great.
and you can really burn your legs on those pipes.
Yeah, these Cobras never came with a heat shield. Some Cobras had heat shields, but these are literally just raw metal. So I think you'd want to be a touch careful about not touching that.
No, sweet. Zach, I know we always talk about the gull wing in the background, but when I was there and I picked up the book for the Pebble Beach, when it won Pebble Beach, and there's a wonderful photo of you with the family, and you're a young lad, but for me it's just the experiences you've had growing up around these cars and the knowledge you have, because you are half my age, I think, and I just love all the information you have and all the stories you have about these cars. So tell us one of your favorite stories about this gull wing.
Well, so I'll tell you the story of how the gull wing came to be, and the whole thing sort of adds up into one interesting story. It's not a very long one, but so we bought the gull wing. So Dad used to sell cars. It was never the main business or anything like that, but he used to sell a couple of cars, and gull wings were the ones that were impossible to sell. Right. So this gives you an example of when these cars are being sold. Now, we bought this car in a time where it was starting to look like it could be a future classic, but we genuinely loved the look. A lot of people are buying them to sell them, but it never really works like that in the classic car world, because if you buy to sell it, there's a good chance you might not make a profit. So we bought this car it was in pieces. It wasn't in pieces, but it wasn't great, but that was the mileage on the car. Oh. It's 1,300 kilometers since 1955, right? So we approached a company in Germany to restore the car, and over 5 years, they restored this car to be, doing this one-handed is a bit of a sketchy job, but they turned it into the best example of a gull wing in the world, to the point where every single nut and bolt is facing the exact same way throughout the engine. And when this went to Pebble Beach, obviously their job as judges is to basically find something wrong with the car. Yeah. Well, they came across this car and they're walking around and they're going, okay, It's pretty amazing walking around it. And they spent so much longer on this car. We thought, Jesus, maybe it's not as great as we thought. They said the only thing they could find wrong was that spring there, right? Now, to most people, you think, oh, whatever. They said those are meant to be black. So we were like, oh, okay, well, maybe that's really how finicky they are. We then had someone turn up from the company who restored the car, there was a party of us, and his dad came along and said, oh, excuse me, I built these in the factory. We had a pot of black and gold ones, and we would put whatever we wanted, and here's proof. And he had a photo of his dad working on the engines, and they even had in that photo a pot of black and gold springs. And so the judges stood there and just went, okay, no problem at all.
Wow.
They couldn't touch it. They just couldn't touch it.
It is literally, and I've said it in my vlog, which people want to go to my channel, there's the walk around of the whole museum. It is the best gull wing in the world. It also won Salon Privé on a European level.
Yeah. There's the thing there. But yeah, no, it is. I was driving it yesterday. Actually, I took it I pulled it out of the garage, which is we ran it and warmed it up, and yeah, so that's good.
Yeah, you did not do donuts on your grass area, did you?
No, no, unfortunately not. But yeah, we've got lots of different bits. This is quite cool for the people who like more sort of sensible cars. Mini Cooper S. This we found in a barn. A lady contacted us saying her husband had visited the museum, and that he died, and she wanted the car to go to our museum. We bought the car off her, finding one little piece of information: the fact that the chassis number on this car is chassis 003.
Wow.
So this is the third ever Cooper S made.
Unreal.
And so
Door cards used to be so simplistic.
yeah, it's true. It's very true. But yeah, no,
Cooper S original.
She's a pretty car.
With the slidey door windows.
With the slidey door windows that are
yeah.
impossible to use. You feel like you're going to break every time you turn them.
Small rear lights. You know, we keep Lotus Cortina like it's an Austin than a Maxi, but
Lotus Cortina with probably one of the best looking engines you'll ever see in your life. But,
it's not just any Lotus Cortina, it's the one with the best engine. This is what I love about this collection. Every car has just got something unbelievable about it. Look at that.
It's well, this is the standard we keep all of our cars. We try to keep all of our cars. You know, to the level of, you know, we could take any of them to somewhere like Salon Privé, and we wouldn't have to do a lot to them. We may have to change the tires to make it okay, but no, generally they're okay. And then you've got this. This is a special Ferrari. This is a 365 GTC4. If I can find the latch under here. Oh
my God,
that looks like a photograph. Wow.
So you can see even down to like the Ferrari wording. It's not a mark on anything. It's all absolutely perfect.
What's the mileage on that one, Zach?
I don't think it's incredibly high.
Because that looks literally brand new, like it's never driven before.
2,000 kilometers.
2,000 kilometers.
No, 40.
40,000.
40, close enough. But no, this was restored once a long time ago, and it's just been incredibly well looked after. So very special.
Blows my mind. That is Ferraris, isn't it? You know, the sort of original kind of front engine, rear wheel drive, just unbelievably gorgeous.
Yeah, no, she's a pretty car. Yeah. No, I don't know how much time I've got left, but I'll plan around it depending on how much time I've got.
We've got 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay, so if we touch on the Koenigsegg, and then we'll go over to the Jaguars.
Absolutely, it's modern day car porn.
Okay, cool. Right. Well, I need the key, so I'm going to ask my beautiful assistant to.
I love this car. This is like everything that, you know, I'm going to go to a really crap end of the story here, but Fast and Furious is my gig, all right? I love Fast and Furious. I know the storyline is rubbish, but it's something I grew up with. And this car was such a big part of that film for me. I absolutely love it, man. Love it.
Well, yeah, there's some news coming in terms of Fast and the Furious news, which I can't touch on at the moment, but it's very exciting for Fast and the Furious fans anyway. But I can open all of this up now.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
Transformers.
Shit in a basket in Corporate Centre.
And
Oh,
they got a new plate for it as well. Here
We
we
do.
go.
We have a very special new plate for it.
oh my God. Oh
The
my
best Regera plate
How cool is
in
that?
the UK on the best Regera in the UK.
And if you're going a bit too quick through a speed camera, you just drop that down.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
No, that's where the plug-in goes, but that's
Yeah.
for the hybrid battery. But still very cool there. So you've got 1,500 brake horsepower or 1.11 megawatt of power, 2,000 Newton meters of torque, and it'll do 250 mile an hour and back in under 30 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, and you've got the record at VMAX.
At VMAX, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of GTR people are very upset about, but hey ho.
Don't worry, they're all working on their cars through winter.
Yep. So yeah, it's blue carbon, 24 karat gold leaf. That's all hand applied by one man. It's got diamond in the lacquer, just because, well, why not? You've got things like gold badging there. Yeah, just nuts.
That is just unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, so I know we've spoken about when you spec this car, and it was about 3 years in the making of. Was that
Yes,
about right?
it was. Yeah. It was a total of around 3 years.
And you had the Agera R, but obviously, awaiting the arrival of this must have been. Well, you must have had some bit of anxiety with regards to the spec. Well, how did that work for you? How did you feel? Like
So basically, when I was speccing this, I wanted, because I believe the Regera is the most beautiful Koenigsegg, right? In terms of style, it's the most elegant. So I wanted a spec that would look and highlight the lines of the car. So, for instance, if you didn't have that gold line going there, that could quite easily get lost. But with those lines going there, it makes the front look a little bit more sculpted. And so I was never actually particularly nervous about what it would look like when it turned up, because I knew that whatever happened, I'd be happy with it, because if this car was all blue with no gold on it, it'd still look incredible.
Yeah.
So, spec is just making it as beautiful as you would like it. There were certain things that we debated on whether that would be too much gold, but then I thought there's no such thing as too much gold, So, and it's the only Koenigsegg in the world to wear gold wheels as well, which I think is quite cool.
I didn't know that, well, obviously, but when I saw the car and I compared it to others I'd seen, I realised that it's the only one with the gold wheels.
Yeah.
Every aspect of it. The first time I saw it up close and personal was at the Supercar Fest photo shoot, and seeing this car on the road, it's driven on the road, it's no trailer queen, was phenomenal. And you brought it to Sean, but we did some photos. We've got a great rolling shot of your dad driving it as well. This car is, as I said, a jewel in your crown at the moment of the collection.
Yes, yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Well, should we go see some Jaguars? We still got time? How long have we got?
Yeah, we've still got time. We're going to cross over to the other side near the workshop. Is that where we're going?
Yes, that is where we're going.
Hood ornaments, that's it. Hood ornaments.
You did mention something about Fast and Furious for Fast and Furious fans. Is that something you want to talk about today, or should we?
I won't be able to talk about it until the film's released.
Wow. Okay.
Which gives you a hint as to what might be going on, but yeah, there's a lot of exciting bits. I just got to get the keys out of the car.
Oh my God, there's just beauty everywhere, isn't there?
But it's all like you mentioned, Sam, all the memorabilia, all the globes. There's memorabilia that it's been acquired over about 15 years.
Yeah.
But it's everywhere. Like I was first taken aback by all the globes and all the petrol pumps spanning 100 years. It was phenomenal, and it's just everywhere.
Have you ever heard of anyone called Michael Lightball? I think we've lost him.
Zach, you still there? There you are. It's frozen a bit.
We'll reconnect in 1 sec. There you go.
There you are. You're back in.
Zach, have you ever heard of anyone called Michael Lightball?
It rings a bell. I don't know. I couldn't tell you who it is off my head.
He's a classic car finder in El Paso, Texas. He finds a lot of the cars and globes at the Peterson Museum and Galpin Autosports and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I know that a lot of the cars he found, and they were sold through Lincoln Car Auction and Barrett Jackson that were hidden for years. So I wonder if the globes you've got on your shelf have been found by him. It's quite cool.
Oh, I lost you at that last question. What did you ask? Sorry.
No, I just said I was wondering maybe if some of your memorabilia and some of the bits and pieces you've got, I wonder if they ever came from him. Because
well, the memorabilia has been collected over a course of, well, since we've been collecting. But the memorabilia is generally bought from all over the world. We have two people who find it for us. One who has the biggest collection of memorabilia in the world, and the other one who has the second largest collection of memorabilia in the world. So they both get contacted about memorabilia, and we basically all share it throughout. So, yeah.
Love it. Oh my God.
So Zach, tell us about these three cars, because I recall all the information you gave me, but it sounds so much better when you tell it. These are very special Jaguars.
So this is a Jaguar SS1 Airline. Airline referred to the shape of the back because it was swooped. I don't know why, but there we go. So this is the only one in the world of its type, because this was built for Jaguar by Jaguar to show that they could build the most luxurious vehicle. The same as that, the Jaguar SS1 Tourer. This is also the only one. It's from 1936 and is one of the most beautiful cars I think I've ever seen. It's non-stop, absolutely stunning.
How do you go to bed at night and not just sleep in then?
Well, I mean, if I get kicked out of the house, sometimes I have to sleep in here, but generally either way, I'm not too worried, to be fair.
C-type and a D-type.
Yep. So we've got both factory test cars. So this is the D-type and that's the C-type. It's having a little bit of work done to it at the moment, but I can open this up. So yeah, you can see all of the bits. It's not very advanced, but that is what it is.
Blows my mind.
So, yeah, look at that. What a car.
That is beautiful.
You got triple Weber carbs. This is. I think these cars were touching 200 mile an hour in the 50s. Is pretty crazy.
Nah.
So that one there, the C-type and the D-type, have you driven those, Zach? And how does it feel? Like, do you get to the 100, 120 mark, or do you feel safe?
So I haven't driven them in that much anger as of yet. So I couldn't tell you, when you're really pushing it around corners. But the one thing's for sure, the jump between this and this is massive. This feels like a needle. This feels a little bit like a hammer, in the fact that you are sweating like crazy after driving this for 10 minutes. And you feel like you've done a full workout and you haven't really gone that fast. Whereas that one, you're still sweating, but you've been going, quite a pace.
Amazing. So going back to the XK100s, the silver one, that was a one of one, or was that number one? I can't remember.
No, so this was the SS100. It was called the SS100 because it was the first car to do 100 miles an hour. But this was the car that did the 100 miles an hour.
So it was the first car that did 100 miles an hour, and that is the first car that did 100 miles. So it is the first SS100.
It is. Well, no, it's not the first SS100. This is the one that set the record.
That's the one that did the 100, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I've done 80 in it, and God knows how they got to 100 because it was horrible. It was possibly one of the worst experiences of my life.
That is unbelievable, isn't it?
So the room behind this collection of Jags, there's some MGs, there's an old van.
I'll show you. Yeah, we've got
this
our
collection is so eclectic. I love it.
I love
it. We've got MGs, we've got overflow. So we've got the overflow room now. So
overflow room. Oh my God.
So we've got XK120 competition roadster. Then we've got E-Type 3.8. No, not 3.8. That's the 3.8 Mark II. That's the 3.8 Mark II Coombs. So it's got the Coombs louvered bonnet, the black wheels, the spats, the adjusted suspension, power upgrades. but fully original from Johnny Coombs. So that's one of the rarer Jags. You've got MGPA, MGK2, MGA, Porsche 962 GT, 9928 GT.
What did you move out? What's been put in its place if you've moved that out?
So the K3 would usually sit there.
Yeah.
My MGB would sit there, and this would usually go in the back room.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But the K3 is being worked on at the moment.
That's your favourite Porsche, isn't it, Zach?
Yes. Thanks for that, Jerry.
I love them. I love the 928s, and that's a late model GT, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a manual GT.
Yeah.
This is one of the rest. It's only done like 15,000 miles, so it's rare, but it's not something that majorly switches me on. I like it. I do like it, but it's not something that it's not the first car I'd leap to. No. Although this probably is.
Sweet. That's so sweet.
That's the first car we spoke about, Chiro, is the 928.
Yeah, that's it.
Porsche. And I said, look, you know, it goes back to Scarface with those pop-up headlights now. I think that is a stunning V8 front engine rear-wheel drive Porsche. It just gets my blood going, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But even like this room here, look at all the memorabilia around the room. And Zach, I think we've made it common knowledge. You are building another barn for more cars, and it will all carry on the same theme with memorabilia everywhere.
We're probably going to end up changing the design of most of the rooms. We won't change the quantity of memorabilia, but we'll change things like probably the flooring. The lighting in here is pretty much what we want the lighting to be in most of the museums, but the problem is the roof is so high, the problem is you can't get any lighting. So the next building is actually going to have 2 floors.
Oh, okay. That makes
sense.
We'll
be able to store, it won't be car floors, the top will be like a mezzanine for drinks and partying and things like that.
What a fantastic idea.
Question, for viewers, that kind of stuff. There's going to be people at home that have their granddad's garages, that kind of stuff, and there's going to be cool stuff on people's garage walls. Do you take like weird, wonderful stuff as donations that people can?
Absolutely, no, 100%. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I mean, if people have things that they want to have in a very special collection, we take. We'll never say no, because we believe that everyone has something that has a story to it. Some of the things in here aren't that special. Some of the things in here are ridiculously special. So there's stories and things for everything. There's people, we'll always buy memorabilia as well. We're buying memorabilia every day, literally every day.
Yeah.
But then there's things, I mean, if people have things they want to sell, there will be a point in which I'll be able to have a much easier point of contact. But to give you an idea about memorabilia, this pump here, if you go to any petrol pump in England or pretty much in Europe, at the bottom of it, you'll see it says Wayne, right? So when Wayne first started, they had 2 display pumps, which were called the Wayne columns. Now, this was one of the 2 Wayne columns, and as you can see, it's shaped like a column, right? And so this featured a white hose, which was very unpractical because you're dealing in a garage, a crown on the top, and solid gold clips in there to show how it would all work, right? Well, to give you an example, something like that pump there, which is very special, would probably be about, I don't know, £10,000 or something like that, unrestored. That restored, you're probably talking nearly 100.
Wow.
And that's on any day. If you were desperate to get more, you could.
And one of the amazing things, Sam, is that they restore some of these pumps themselves and some of the artifacts. And
to be fair, 99% of the pumps and memorabilia nowadays, we just restore in-house. We have a pump workshop. I don't know if the internet will cut out, but I will show it to you. This is our sort of engine. This is our car shop. So we got a ramp there, and mum's race car, the MGK3. But because of COVID, parts aren't really turning up, so I haven't got cars on the ramp. But that is where we restore the pumps.
Give me 2 seconds, guys. Put someone probably.
Yeah. Wow. So I didn't see this because obviously, because of COVID, we didn't want to. Your guy was working in there and stuff. So this is where you restore the pumps. So you've got a sandblaster there.
So we've got a shot blaster there, which I think I can open up. I don't think it's got anything in it. Oh, yeah, so there you go. You just put anything in there, and it shoots little glass beads. And then we've just moved a pump out of here that we've just finished. So we'll pull another pump in tomorrow. We literally finished it today. So, things like this will be checked over. Things like that, which goes on the side of a pump. It's like a sight glass. Lots of weird and wonderful stuff. Hoses. We buy so much of this hose because this hose, for instance, that would be from the 1920s, 1930s.
Right.
And there's only so much of it. So when it comes up, you wouldn't believe people get so excited over hose. I mean, I know some people do, but I'm talking about this hose. So,
Just asking, last year you didn't buy like loads and loads of wall cabinets of random spark plugs, did you, from like a barn find place?
No.
See, I was at a barn in the middle of Hampshire, and the man had passed away, and there was an estate sale. And on the wall, he had about 5 or 6 cabinets with 150 spark plugs from every car from 1904 to like 1920. And like £1,000 thinking I was sort of, rolling it a bit, and they sold for like 12.5 grand. It was like
really
unbelievable. It just shows how much something that's so cheap and so small worth so much money,
What's that from, Zach?
This is a pre-select gearbox from that car there. Okay. They came with 2 gearboxes. This gearbox is out of a tank, so you could click it into first gear, and then before going into a corner, you could hit the clutch. Well, you could click down to third, for instance, if you knew you were going to be down, you need third gear. Then you click it down, press the clutch, and it would literally sit there until you hit the clutch, and it would change gear. So,
wow,
quite clever there.
So before we go, we've got a few minutes left, Zach. There was my favourite globe was in the other garage across the road, and it was the Eagle globe.
And we'll go have a look at it.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
So this white Eagle globe, I'll let Zach tell the story, Sam. But again, every single artifact has a story, and we've got a Petrolheadonism day out where Zach and his dad donated 100 tickets for people to come along. It raised £5,000 at our charity event, which then in turn paid for Christmas Day at the Children's Hospice at Chestnut Tree. And when we go to this, Zach and his dad will be on hand, obviously, once COVID has passed and we're allowed to do things like that. But they'll be on hand to tell stories. And this, Zach, tell us about it. What a globe.
Well, this is an Eagle globe. This was a display globe from the Globe company, and that's saying globe a lot, but this was to show how you could make something so incredible out of glass, and you can imagine how hard it would be in the 20s to make something as special as that. Now, there was only ever 4 made. There was 2 pointed beak ones and 2 rounded beak ones, and since then, two of them have been destroyed, and the other one is just down the road from us. So,
wow,
it's just amazing that back then, like, you wouldn't ever spend the time or money to create something like that for a petrol pump globe, would you?
No.
The thing is, you understand, back in the 20s and the 30s, it was about, like we're in a position now in history where we can do anything, and it's nothing ever really astounds people. Back in the 20s and the 30s, it was about doing what you thought you wanted as opposed to what you wanted. Can we do it? Let's try. Money, it wasn't an expensive thing to do back then. It was
true.
engineering, isn't it?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Zach, and I've never asked you this before, but right now, what are your top 3 cars where you stand at the moment in today's context? What are your top 3 cars in the collection?
In the collection, I don't really have a top 3, but I suppose probably the Regera. Be one of them. Wouldn't necessarily be the top, but it'd be one of them. The MGB, because that's just my baby. And then probably either the Cobra or maybe the Countach.
Wow. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. It changes every day.
But that's what I'm saying. Like right now, because cars exude feelings and sentiments, and so you could drive the Countach every day for a month, and then you probably just don't want to see it again for like a month, and the next day you've got another top 3. But It's just an amazing collection. another room at the back. There's another room being built. There's another room with tractors, but that's all we have time for, folks. So check out the vlog because we reviewed the whole garage a few weeks ago before lockdown and COVID restrictions worsened. But Zach, as always, thank you for your hospitality.
No, well, thank you for having me on. I do appreciate it.
It's been amazing. Honestly, I'm sat here with like juice pimples on my arms. I can't flipping concentrate on anything. You know, it's unbelievable, mate. Thank you so much.
No, not at all, not at all. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your lockdown.
So just quickly before you go, Zach, we want to write an article. I want to interview you about the Lamborghinis for an old school Lambos Facebook feature. But also, we want to get a write-up about your Lambos for the Club magazine in the June feature. So next time I come down, we'll get those sorted out, mate.
No, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Brilliant. All right.
Sweet. All right, guys. See you later.
Ciao.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, mate. Bye-bye. Bye. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. We've got some people, literally, I think Jamie just blew his load.
Hashtag moist. I got so many messages. I've got evening all from Robert Took, Mark Murphy at Cartoons Magazine.
Yeah, cool. He's going to be on here soon, isn't he?
He is. He's going to be our guest. We've got quite a few guests actually lined up for next week. I mean, we've got Tavares, and I'm going to say that now. People that don't know who Tavares is, just throw it in Google. Is unbelievable, mate. He's built the orange car, the Lamborghinis and Fast and Furious. That's in the Peterson Museum. He's been working with Ed Bolian and Hoovie's Garage on the car track thing, which is going a bit viral now on YouTube. But guys, Tavares is someone I met at SEMA by accident, and he's an amazing, amazing guy. And hopefully I can trump. I'm never ever going to be able to trump your museum video just then. But he's got an amazing real car guys collection, which is cool.
It would be great to see that side of him, like talking us around his cars, because I've watched some of the videos where he's building a car, like everything he did to that Murcielago, the McLaren. He takes a crashed supercar and then rebuilds it, and it's kind of like that how-to video, but also his journey as well with that car. Then he's done the videos with Ed Bolian, where they go. It's literally like a Top Gear episode.
It is very, very Top Gear, and there's a lot of people out there sort of saying, "Oh, this is like Top Gear." It is, but come on,
it's better than that.
It's better than that. It's three true Americans. You got one mechanic, hands-on guy. You've got one guy that just loves to dabble in whatever Who's right. I mean, he's amazing. And Ed, I mean, he is the encyclopedia of anything Lamborghini. Like, you know, he's just unbelievable. And the three guys are so different in their personalities that when it comes together, it's just so much fun. I am really, really sorry about this, but you're going to have to give me a couple of seconds. I've got a man at my door. I do apologise. I feel quite embarrassed. If you don't mind just going through the museum with the viewers, and I'm going to be back in.
I was going to give people an update with Petrolheadonism, what's happening. We've got some exciting stuff happening. So I've said on Instagram, Insta story, that we're going ahead with planning events this summer. Literally in the last 2-3 days, we've confirmed Yakushi, which is going to be a Saturday, I believe the 12th of June. And that's a major Japanese event for 750-ish cars at our Finden site. That's with our business partner on that event, collaborating with Nigel at Yakushi. So anything Japanese, and we're already talking to somebody about bringing their LFA to that event, as well as GTR, Cartel, Hondas, Nissans, Lexus, everything Japanese at that event. Japanese food. We've even got a karate display on the car stage. Then on Sunday the 13th of June, we've got Tucked on the Green, which is us collaborating with Tucked Automotive for one big awesome chill fest of tucked cars, lowered, air ride, everything. We've got obviously Max Power Reunion. What I'm trying to say is all these events are planned. Yes, we've got COVID going on at the moment. What we can't do is get to the 1st of April, 1st of May, and then be like, hold on a minute, we could have done something. So we're organising events. All people's ticket monies are safeguarded. We're doing everything through Eventbrite. So when you buy your ticket, if we need to refund it for any reason due to COVID and the event can't go ahead, we can hit a button up to the day before and refund everybody's money. The same goes for sponsors, traders, anybody that's booked in Sponsors are paying money in advance. We're already getting sponsors in for September, June, etc. And the sponsors' monies are safeguarded up to a month before the event. So obviously, if we get to the 1st of May and we've got an event on the 1st of June, we would know whether that event can go ahead. And we would make a call and either refund the sponsors' money, cancel the event, refund all tickets, so everybody's money is safeguarded, or we postpone the monies if that's what they choose to do for future events. So anybody that's watching that's interested in the events, they are listed on Petrolheadonism.Club. Some of the events are listed, however, they don't have anything behind them yet because we're just getting the flyers ready, getting the links ready for booking. But our Bar Fest went live and Max Power Reunion is live and people are starting to book up for that already. But if you are a trader looking to sponsor or get involved, then just let us know. Boris Brush, who's Boris Brush? So Sam's just popped out for 1 second. We're going to be bringing his guests onto the show imminently. We'll wait for Sam to get back for that. If you've got any questions on Facebook or Instagram, pop them in there right now because I can answer them right now while Sam's pulled away for a minute. Joe Van Ziel in South Africa, South Africa Hot Rods. We're going to have you on here on the show in the next few weeks. Anthony Skipper, fantastic view and well done. Anthony, literally, like just seeing you there has just reminded me about this whole thing with service stations. You might have seen it on my Facebook. Service stations, like extra service stations. The food area is open. The food court is open. All the McDonald's, Greggs, etc. Everybody's serving food on a takeaway basis, but you can sit down and eat as if you're in a restaurant. And when I've been there a few times, we've been out on the road filming, etc., legitimately and essentially making those essential journeys. Popped into, let's say, Bulldog, and you can sit down, have a coffee, have a chat. Nobody's there to question you. I'm not questioning the fact they're open. I'm questioning the fact that we're closed as a restaurant. When you take all the necessary precautions to ensure customer safety and staff safety, why should we be closed? That's the only thing I'm questioning with all of that. But that's covering that sort of thing. Right, so as I say, Sam's just popped outside. And I hope you enjoyed the tour of Zach's museum. Zach, as I said, is probably at half my age, a young man. He drives the cars with his parents. Mum and dad drive. Mum and dad race the cars. If you go to this supercar driver event at Bonington, they're there with the Aston Martin Lagonda 30s car, pre-war Aston Martin Lagonda, hammering that down around the course. The Pista was there. The Koenigsegg Regera was there. Last year, they took the Caterham R, 720R. There's part of the collection we didn't see on occasion, but we can't keep showing everything. And so if you do go to the vlog on my Facebook, on my YouTube channel, Petrolheadonism, young, new page, if you go back over some of the older videos, you can see what we've done and see more about the collection. That is the best gull wing in the world, hands down. So anybody else have any questions as we wait for Sam? Is literally at his office. We're going to be filming from there next week. And as he said, we have Tavarish on as a guest, as well as one of my guests. Tavarish, 1.78 million YouTube subscribers, extremely well established. Yeah, when he's literally, I don't know if he's taught himself, but to rebuild a Murcielago that was in the Fast and Furious, in that ice scene, it's the hero car that he rebuilt. So he bought that for $80,000, cheapest Murcielago in the USA at that time. Bought that. It had about 10 layers of paint and he had to completely strip it back. It needed a lot of work doing to it to get it back to respectable collectible standard. And I think he still has the car. I think in one of the videos it went off to another museum, but it's still in his collection. But we look forward to seeing Tavarish next week here live at 5. Sam's back. Let's get in, Sam.
Right, let's get my buddies in. So we've got Brian Daigle and we've got Patrick Wilson, and they should be in the green room.
Oh, the magic green room, which is Craig's bedroom, isn't it?
I believe it may be Craig's bedroom.
So we're just connecting to the audio with Michael and Patrick.
So it's Brian Daigle and Patrick Wilson.
Yeah.
He's in.
I'm in.
Thank you very much. Stay safe, mate. Thank you.
Hey guys, right, we're just waiting for the video feed. There you
There
are.
I am.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Not too bad. Nice to meet you too.
How you doing?
Not too bad. Busy as hell in the shop, which is good.
So, and we got Patrick coming in. I can see him hard at work.
How you doing, Patrick? Nice to meet you, man. Welcome to the Car Chat Show. This is a new thing for me and Sam, and I love the American overalls. Just love the American overalls.
Anyway, I'm Canadian. I'm not American.
Okay, so I love the Canadian overalls.
Hey, he's Canadian.
Yeah.
But so Chiro, I met these lovely, lovely people when we drunk far too much back in 2015. And I started talking a little bit of smack and said that, you know, we should build in front of Steve, Darnell, Patrick, and Brian and Jason. And we all said, oh, let's build a rat rod. And I obviously am in England, and it was impossible. But, you know, Brian has held the torch since 2015. Wow. And Patrick and these two people have held the torch. And I was lucky enough to compete in 2019 with the NAS Charger. Yeah. And the builders, just Brian and Patrick, just go over the different countries and the hard work that you guys have put in, because it is phenomenal.
Oh, great. We've had everyone from all over the globe, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, you from the UK, Belgium, Canada. I don't think we've had anybody out of Mexico, which is really hard to believe. We had a lot of Mexicans, but we haven't had anybody officially from Mexico itself. Okay. So hopefully in the future we'll get a Mexico team, but 5 teams this year.
We've had New Mexico because Michael Lightbone was from New Mexico.
Yeah, that would have been a combo team, UK Mexico team, yes.
The Mexicans, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because basically we had Street Toys out in Mexico, a guy called Jesse Gonzalez. He built the car. I was the parts finder and the sponsor, and Michael Lightbourne was the brains behind the operation. So between us all, you know, I had a small part to play, including crashing the sorry, go away world, including crashing the Rolls Royce into a Mustang on the drive out of SEMA, which, as you can imagine, was quite silly and upset quite a few people. But you know,
well, Sam is the reason that we went radical. The very first year we decided to come to SEMA and have a rat rod build up. Well, he shows up with a Rolls Royce. Just blew everyone's minds. I mean, and the Jason who won the event, we got off to the side and we started talking about the event, and we really can't call it a rat rod build up anymore because Sam went radical on us. He blew it away with the Rolls Royce. He moved the bar so high up from rat rod, we went radical. So that's why the event went radical. So we are the international radical rod build off drive off now instead of a rat rod build off at SEMA.
So Sam, was that the Silver Shadow, similar to Shane Lynch's one?
No. So this was a 1936.
Women know so much. I'm all for girls that don't know.
Sorry, I've got audio coming through my ears here. That was a 1936 Rolls-Royce 2530.
Wow.
Where, you know, basically back in the 30s, you had an open chauffeur cab. And a lot of people didn't know this, but, you know, you'd assume that leather would be the most, you know, luxurious fabric. But it wasn't. That was left for the driver and the riffraff because leather was easy because there's cows in the field. Cotton was where it was at. So the seats in the back were made of cotton, and that was like the step up from the riffraff driver. And, well, Jesse Gonzalez had this amazing idea of putting Mexican blankets on the seats and tequila gun bottles and stuff. But, you know, what I wanted to sort of get across here is it's amazing to be part of a drive-off. I really can't express that enough. Being part of people that you don't know that well, but they become your family and your friends, like Patrick and Brian. I see them as my brothers. You know, they're just, you know, family to me. And Patrick, I don't know if you want to say a little bit about Jason, because I was gutted that, you know, our team didn't win in 2016, but the right thing happened. The cards were aligned. And just Patrick, I don't know if you want to just go over what happened with the winner in 2016.
Well, like Brian said, we had a rat rod build off. He brought the only rat rod. You brought a custom Rolls Royce. The other guy brought a custom. So it just made sense to have the rat rod build off, drive off, or build off winner. There wasn't the drive off yet. The build off winner that built a rat rod. So that's, like Brian said, why we changed it. And then the drive off just became an evolution of proving the cars instead of just towing them to SEMA. Hey, why don't we drive them?
Well, so Jason, was it 2017 that he passed?
I think so, yeah, because we met in 15, we did 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then 17, he passed away in a boating accident. Yeah.
Wow. So Jason was out on the water, and it's not like England. I mean, England's so small, you can go out on a lake and you can sneeze and be back at the shore. In where he was out on the lake, and the sky was clear, and he basically was lost in the lake for a while, and he's no longer with us. But yeah, I mean, he left a legacy behind, didn't he? The first ever radical rod drive-off build, well, the first build-off. That man won, and his legacy is held high. And on all of Brian's shirts, are you radical? Are you radical? We are. I am. His logo is still on there, and I hope it will be there for a long time. And
that's awesome.
That's it. And guys, when we did this drive-off build-off, Brian and Patrick, they were so, the most important thing for them was the drive. It's about proving to the world that, yes, anyone can build a car, but not anyone can drive 5,200 miles across America in minus 13 degrees Celsius in cars that were built in sheds. I mean, God damn it. I mean, I think we put like the main manufacturers in the world at shame, driving to SEMA,
Oh, so many times when we're driving along, we're passing vehicles that are on trailers that are going to SEMA.
I can believe that. Yeah. So for me, me and Sam knew of each other, but my first experience with SEMA was 2019, and that's where I met Sam personally for the first time. But obviously the NAS Charger was there, and he's telling me about this crazy drive it's done and all the drive-off like shenanigans, and it was just like a party on the way to SEMA, wasn't it?
Well, oh yeah, 2,000 miles of road and 4 nights of getting to know everybody. I mean, when we leave Lincoln, Nebraska, all the builders show up and everybody's giving each other the stink eye. We don't know anybody. We get in Las Vegas 4 days later, we're all family, and we get to know each other on the road. People break down, other builders jump in to help this guy fix his rig to get it to Las Vegas. It's a bonding experience for men. It's a rare thing to happen to get
women and women,
and we all bond and make it. We're all family for life.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
Well, when I've heard Sam talk about it, it's like a brotherhood, sisterhood. Like it is the family vibe you get from it. Petrolheadonism, my brand, is all about bringing people together. And when we do drives or where we do events, it becomes like a big family network across. Everybody's sharing that one passion together. And that's what brings us together and binds us together. So I love what he's told me about this event. And I just hope one day I can get out there.
It's a blast.
Sorry.
Have we got Craig, our producer? Have we got some VT to play of what these guys have done together, so some of the viewers can see that? Maybe Craig's gone to sleep.
He's there somewhere. But yeah, the whole thing about this is, most people they see Steve Darnell's World Up show. Oh, here you go. We're watching the video now. So that's Sean Puz. He is the winner of the 2019 video. This vehicle here is the Australians, absolute bunch of lunatics. And there's my NAS Charger, having a bit of fun. And there's Dirty Money. That was such a cool. We'll talk about Dirty Money in a minute. There's the Canadian guys, the Maple Truck, so cool. I mean, just the builds. There's no rules here, guys. The only rule is, you have.
Was that a Mercedes 190?
That was a Mercedes 190, yeah. But, oh man, when we got pulled over by the police, Brian will tell you the story, or Patrick, but this is the part here where I'm walking down the road with the sheriff and I'm apologizing a lot, a lot.
Were you using your British accent to kind of get him to bend the rules a bit.
Patrick, tell them what I said to the police officer.
Well, we were halfway down the group in the sponsored Nissan van from Halfway Motors up here in town, and we didn't know what was going on. A bunch of cars just kind of disappeared into the distance. I'm not going to say who. It just disappeared out of our sight with some Lamborghini and a Ferrari, I think it was. And then we finally caught up to them on a secondary road, and there's 30 cars parked on the side of the road. And we're going, oh, what's going on? And Brian's like, well, I better go find out. So Brian takes off, and he can tell you the rest.
Yeah, well, we did the first time in a long time I've ever seen it. They pulled over 30 vehicles. The local police pulled us over first, and then the state trooper showed up. Local police loved us. They were taking pictures with all the vehicles, where we're going. They were happy. Then the state trooper showed up. They weren't very happy. They were kind of PO'd. Reports of excessive speed on the road and traveling in the group and all this crazy stuff. And, you know, we just kind of talked our way out of it, really. I mean, it's just, we're going to Vegas. We're just driving, you know, so, you know.
How's 30 vehicles going to do excessive speed? Come on, there's 30 of us. How's that going to happen?
I guess it's the police just make that line up to kind of threaten you, because if they had any proof or evidence, then they could give you a ticket. But they used that line.
They had proof.
I think they.
The guy said, apparently I was driving so fast, and then one of the guys said, oh, that guy on the bridge was a Department of Transport, DOT. Right. And I was like, what is a DOT? It sounds like someone that would change a tire at Quick Fit, you know, like, is he like a mechanic? He says, no, he's the guy that regulates the speeds on the road and then enforces that with the police. And you sped past him at doing like 140 miles an hour. I was like, oh, my bad. But, the main thing is I was doing the drive off for charity. I had no speedometer. So I can't regulate my speed. I'm just going with the other guys on the road. And it's not my fault they were driving a Lambo and a Ferrari, is it?
No. Made for good TV. It'll make when the video comes out, hopefully that clip will make documentary and we'll all get to enjoy that again.
That's it.
Wow, brilliant. So is there a documentary coming, guys?
It's in the works. I signed the contract, so I have paperwork saying it's going to get done. But when you deal with Hollywood, it happens when it happens. But I do have a contract for a documentary. We have over 2 terabytes of video footage for the last 5 years. I would like to think that they could put together something pretty epic. Yeah,
especially with voicing over some of the adventures you've had, talking over it and stuff like that. I'm sure they can. A 1 hour documentary is not unheard of. Sounds amazing.
Thank God yes.
So 2021. Come on, guys. Brian, give us a little bit of a heads up. What's happening? What's in the future? Give us a heads up.
2021, as of in 2020 here in the States, we had election. I had 35 people sign up inquiring about the build-off, want to enter the event. Election happened, and some of the people aren't sure about entering the event because they're not sure about what the economy is going to do here in the States right now, which I understand that. We have 5 entries, rock solid for this year. Lee Bowles, Extreme Chop Shop, Anthony Bronner from Hardcore Fab, Reg Garnett from the Silent Hot Rods, Mike Short from Dirty Mike and the Boys, and returning 2018 world champion, Tyler Turton. So he'll be come back, and he is actually building a Bad Humor ice cream truck this year. So we've seen what Tyler did with the big COE. Let's see what he can do with a Bad Humor ice cream truck. I get the feeling it's going to be pretty epic.
I barely recognized that COE when it drove past on the video that we played, but I knew it was a COE. But that just looked, it's kind of like a wacky races with kind of Mad Max kind of thing going on.
Yep.
It's 5 Fords built into one.
Wow.
Patrick, a lot of these guys don't know about your Buick. I don't have pictures to show, but talk to me about the rat rods you built in your garage. Because the best thing about Patrick is he'll just call me out of the blue, and I'm either in the bath or I'm driving, and he'll be in like either 12 inches of snow or in the sun. And that's how crazy Canada is. And the cars this man has built is just unbelievable.
Yeah, well, I built a 36 Plymouth back in 2007 and did a bunch of the tours me and Brian used to do. And then I still have that. And then 41 Chevy sedan delivery that I put a 4.3 V6 in it. The 2000, that's V6. The 36 Plymouth's got a 99 Chevy 350 in it, TBI fuel injected. And then the one I'm driving now, the 36 Plymouth's got a LS in it out of a 2001 Chevy truck. So I build them to drive them.
Nice. And have you got anything there that you can show us now, or?
I'm at work.
Oh, okay.
All my stuff's.
So building the cars isn't work. That's just
my hobby. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
I'm a professional mechanic by trade. That's where I am right now. In
I'm so
Canadian
people like him that get to go home and play with cars. Like, you know, I wish that was an option. My whole life has been, you know, a massive merge of working on crap cars. And when you go home, the last thing you want to do is work on a car. I wish I could go home and just go to my garage or my garage and just build something. I think that would be amazing. Yeah, I need that.
I work on crap customers' cars. I'm sure, like you do, Brian. But
Yeah.
you know, and same with Sam.
So that's why we do it. We love cars.
Yeah,
so
exactly. That's what pays for my trips.
Yeah.
You know, back to the vehicles I've built. I drove the Plymouth to Vegas twice. I've driven the Buick to Vegas once. So, and then the whole thing started with Brian building a 35 Chevy that we drove together to Vegas on our first trip to SEMA.
That's amazing. Guys, if you want to go over to Nick Williams as well, Nick Williams, good friend of ours, Chiro, he's got all the pictures from 2016 from when we took out the pictures with Ken and Charlie and everyone out in the desert. Those pictures are amazing. Go on to Radical Rod Drive Off, spelled RATICAL, Drive Off on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. There's videos everywhere. And follow Brian and Patrick, you know, Brian Daigle, actually spelt right, unlike myself spelling it wrong, and Patrick Wilson. Get on their Facebook pages. They're also on the Radical page. You can find them through there and just chat to them. Throw them ideas, throw them what you want to do. It's radical. It doesn't have to have shiny paint. It can have shiny paint. Just do whatever you want, whatever makes you smile, and just enjoy it.
Correct. Build it and drive it.
Well, I'm looking forward to SEMA 2021 and having a beer with you guys.
Oh, that'd be a thing.
Yes.
Oh, look, Patrick's showing us around his workshop, like a proper workshop. Look at that.
There you go.
Huge.
That is ridiculous. Looks like a warehouse.
Yeah. There's about 8 ramps.
15 bay shop.
15 bays.
Yeah. Man.
What are you doing today, Pat? What are you operating on today?
What's that?
What are you working on today, Patrick?
Oh.
Nothing.
I'm breaking up.
Sweet FA.
That's a good thing I'm not working on anything, so I can talk to you guys. Y'all are upright tire machines, Hunter equipment everywhere, digital balancer.
Very cool. So thank you guys for coming on, and you know, let's just see if we can promote this a little bit more. Let's see if we can push the Radical Rod build off. Let's get some more people from around the world. At some point, Brian, you're going to have to get a diary. Oh, Cartoons Magazine. There you go again, Chiro. I told you this is the backbone of the Radical Rod build off. Big sponsor since day one. You know, and the winner of the Radical. See, look,
Oh, cool.
there's my charger on the front cover. See,
Yeah.
does it cooler than that?
That's wicked. I'm looking forward to having him on the show as well. That's brilliant.
That's it. Thank you, Brian, for coming on. Thank you, Patrick. And we'll tag everyone in the comments on where to go and check it out. And we'll see you in September, where we're going to get out of our box. All right?
September, November, SEMA.
Hopefully.
We're always looking, we're
I'm
always
buying the
looking for
first
new
beers.
builders also. We're always looking for new builders. Anybody who wants to build, radicaldriveoff@gmail.com. Shoot us your info. We'll get you radical.
I love it. Brilliant, guys. Thank you so much. Great to meet you. And I'm looking forward to having a drink together. Beers on me to start with, then Sam's picking up the rest of the bill. Thank you.
Peace out.
See you later, guys. Stay safe.
Guys. Later.
Thank you. Thank you. Sam, what amazing guests. So pleased to have them on. And I feel like, you know, I'm part of the family already. So I'm looking forward to SEMA 2021. I honestly believe it's going to happen. Sam, how do you feel about it?
If not, we're going to have to just go get drunk in a shed in Texas or something. You know what I mean? We've got to go to the States. I've got to introduce you to some of my friends. You've got to introduce me to some of your people. I mean, today we've really hit both ends of the spectrum. You know, we've been to one of the most amazing museums. The cars were amazing. A bit cars for me, bit cars for you, bit of everything for everyone, including like auto memorabilia. And then we've gone to real nitty gritty backyard builders on the other end of the spectrum. America, you know, we've been all around the world today.
This is what I love. And next week it's just going to be the same again. I haven't confirmed my guest yet, but it could be someone in South Africa. It could be someone in the UK. It could be someone in America. But your guest, Tavarish, is in the US, I believe. Is it Atlanta?
Yeah. And, you know, worst case scenario, I may have another guest up my sleeve if we need it. So, you know, I've got people phoning up, commenting, questioning. If anyone's got any questions for Tavarish, please send me and Chiro a message, and we'll throw them questions at him. You know, just going back to a few of the comments, we've got Dave Gerard from the States. He owns Let Me Know How I Can Help. Dave Gerard wants to know how we can help. Dave, we're going to be borrowing some SEMA credentials from you, so thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Williams on here, you know, just throwing some support. I mean, the amount of comments on here is amazing. The amount of views we're having is amazing. And guys, every week, please just share, subscribe, click that subscribe button, and you'll see when we're live every Wednesday, just in case you forget. And head over to Petrolheadonism, because, you know, the content you're providing is amazing. My TikTok is taking off, by the way.
Hey, no, I'm following your TikTok, and we just had a video go 1 million, which was the reverse reveal on my Cayman GT4 wannabe. But I've been watching your TikToks, and you're kind of like 2 or 3 a day.
Oh, mate, I've got 22 subscribers. With my highest video, I believe, got 334 views. So don't put me down, all right?
No, but when you've only got 20 subscribers, that's viral.
22?
Oh, 22, and you've got 340 views, that's viral.
Crazy.
But I tell you what, with TikTok, there's no kind of real algorithm. And I've spoken to some people in that kind of game, and they just said it's totally random. And when they've asked TikTok, or when people have tried to decipher the algorithm, it is literally random. So I've just had one video go 1 million, but only have 9,000 likes. Then I've had another video get 32,500 views, but it's had 11,000 likes.
Madness, isn't it? Absolute madness. And my Instagram, for everyone out there, got taken down by Facebook. I've contacted Facebook. I've been chasing them. Apparently, this is quite a common thing at the moment. There's about 3 or 4 people, including you, showed me another chat page that's been taken down.
Yeah.
But I've been talking to admin. They can't do anything about it.
Zoom meeting. My buddy, 2 of my buddies from England, and one of my buddies from.
We can still hear Patrick. Hello, Craig. We can still hear Patrick. There we go. Thank you. So I'm really distraught by that, because if for me, like, my Instagram is part of the business. It's like a shop front. It kind of gives me the opportunity to share, communicate, and keep people updated. And if I was to lose that the way you've lost yours, I'd be devastated. So
I've got contacts that are only on there. You know, I've got friends, famous friends from the States. A lot of my contacts are all on Instagram, all gone, you know. And these are people that I can't even pronounce their names. So I can't even find them again. So guys, if you're watching this and you're a friend of mine, or think you're a friend of mine on Instagram, please go back on there. We're now Hard Up Garage Official, actually spelt right for once, which is handy. And go on there and subscribe, follow me, and I will follow you back. And yeah, it's been another amazing night, Chiro. Next week, we've got some things up our sleeve. A good friend of mine, Martin Goods, just walked in the office here, and I'm gonna rack his brain. Sorry, David as well. His co-partner is here as well. But I'm going to rack his brain on the whereabouts of locations which we're going to stake out next Wednesday.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
We've got something coming which is either going to get us arrested or a lot of followers on TikTok.
So if we're not live at 5, it's because we've been arrested. But we're allowed our phone with us, aren't we? So we can just do it from the police cell.
I love that, 100%. Maybe we'll put us in separate cells. That'd be awesome, right?
Yeah, just as long as my wife doesn't watch it and find out where I am, I'll just tell her I'm staying in a hotel for the night.
Not a strip club, or we're in a police cell, honestly. But
Wicked, mate, wicked. So
no,
thanks to all our viewers on Hard Up Garage channels and Petrolheadonism channels. The amount of tech, I keep saying it week in, week out, is phenomenal. Thank you to Craig, our producer, and Cam, who does the graphics for us. If you're watching on any of the channels, there's a lot happening in, I'm going to say, Craig's office, where he's got literally 9 different devices, channeling everything, streaming it out to the world. And it's a global chat show about cars.
Global chat show. It's not about, we have got no script here, guys. You know, we're going to keep it family friendly as much as we can. Hence, we changed the name. But, you know, guys, if you want to get on here, you want to chat about something you're doing and you think we're interested, ping us an inbox message and we'll have a chat with you. We'll go over some crazy stuff. And maybe we, Shane Lynch was telling me about the videos that he puts up, like the funny video of the week. If you guys think there's any videos you want me and Chiro to review, ping them to us and we'll review them.
Oh, cool. I had a really good one. It's on my feed, but I should have said it's Craig. So I'll remember that for next time. Right. Thank you very much. I'm out. I'm leaving the meeting. Craig, roll the credits.
Throw the credits at these people's eyes, Craig. Thank you very much, everybody. Stay awesome.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks, Jared. Bye.
It's going to still play, isn't
Bye.
it? There's a delay, isn't there? We're still here. We're still live. Oh, just me. Hello. Sam's got now a thing on. No, wait. But I'm waiting for magic to happen.
It's the same power to weight ratio as a Ferrari 488.
Where's mine?
Is Chiro Champion signing off. You've been tuned in to